My God, Arsenal fan holds firm. What happened in recent hours is simply historical, a turnaround that no one, absolutely no one, saw coming. Reliable sources confirm that the backstage of Emirates are on fire, and a bombastic decision can change the destination of the whole season. It's now or never. What seemed impossible is about to come true, and you need to hear every detail to understand the size of that moment. Stay with me until the end, because when I tell who is involved, you won't believe it. And let's go to today's news. But first, just check it out if you are already subscribed to the channel, because the next videos will be a series of content that will help you stay informed about everything related to Arsenal the Gunners. Activates the notification bell and select the option All. Done that, we will send everything last minute that comes out of the behind the scenes Arsenal. Gunners, we have a goal of likes to hit this 190 like video. In the last video, we hit the goal in less than an hour, proof that it is Root Gunners and leaves the like for us to hit this goal soon. This story begins with a shock that no one has come to come. Rodrigo, Real Madrid star, ready to say goodbye and lights the green light to the Premier League. We feel our wrist accelerate because it is an unexpected turn, something that makes the heart beat faster of emotion. It is clear that he has already dressed red and white on his head, and this lights the enthusiasm for the Gunners in a way that only the passion for Arsenal brings. He is ready to leave. It's like saying, I've done everything here, now I want to write my next chapter where glory is pulsing. And this makes any fan hungry for more details, wanting to know how this Brazilian dream can translate into reality in Emirates. With each word, the energy takes over, and we just want to know, when does it turn? Rumors point to a fierce dispute between two giants, Arsenal and City, with Rodrigo in the center of everything. The sensation is silent war behind the scenes, each movement being monitored, every detail analyzed, while Arta climbing each piece and adjusts each line. Tension grows, expectation increases, and the crowd is there, attached to the razor wire, ready to explode at the right time. The idea of running the bank, seeking regularity to ensure the Canarinho selection, gives strength to the plot. He wants game time, rhythm, vibration. This would marry perfectly with the relentless rhythm of the Premier League and the certainty of being in a fight of each round. The fans imagine, what if he comes, if he really paints here? What can this mean in the rhythm and chemistry of the attack? And here comes the icing on the cake. Arsenal is moving the pieces of the board this summer, with Andrea Borda pulling the strands of a plot that involves a creative of Crystal Palace with a clause of 68 million. Who had Arsenal in the vein as a child. The story almost looks like movie script, but we know it's real, and that makes everything much more electrifying. Write confident. In the comments, you think Arsenal has everything to set up a respectful attack on these options. His name echoes Evericki, or Ease, as left over on the roof of corn. It is that kind of player who brings thirst, vision, talent, and that immediate connection with the fan, because he has had Arsenal in his chest, in his soul. And thinking about him together with Saka, Martinelli, and Odegaard makes any fan rise in the chair and feel a warm blood throb. This type of rapport gives each play flavor, and Agent already visualizes the fans in ecstasy with each assistance, each drag. Tottenham gets into the stop just to give that extra taste of rivalry. We can no longer think about seeing him in white and green. But the good news is that the Gunners are firm, knocking on the door of the representatives, making it clear that there would be the perfect place for him. And we already feel the sweet taste of this expectation in the air. Palace fell to the league conference. Less European glamour, more pressure to sell. But precisely for this reason, the window becomes opportunity. The chance to take a player who already misses red and white, who has dreamed of this shirt and can now wear again with right, vibration, and the crowd pulsing along. We feel that this can come true, and this crowd here is not content with a crumb, wants a show. And there are scenes from the other side of the board. Mourinho, that tactic master, now in Istanbul, is keeping an eye on one of ours. Zinchenko, who arrived with pomp, has history at the club and has talent. Mourinho, however, wants to reinvent him in the role of steering wheel. That number 6 that would dictate the pace of the game. It is as dismantled the board on one side, it is rebuilt on the other. and we stay here, throbbing with each turnaround. The detail is that the sale of Zinchenko would come as relief to make room for budget for high signing. Rodrigo, Evericki. All this demands resources, and every decision seems orchestrated, a little imagined, but always with adrenaline increasing all the time. The crowd can barely breathe with anxiety, and the narrative gets more intense. The entrance of ambition on the scene makes even the flaws become part of the narrative. There are those who criticize Zinchenko's choice, compared to Jesus, saying that one does not buy a direct rival. But deep down, we know that the arsenal has been evolving, adjusting each piece, seeking the next step. We feel this need throbbing in the air, ready to explode. Still, Zinchenko's legacy is recognized. The mindset, the inverted role, the spirit of leader in the locker room. But football is brutal and relentless. Time does not wait for emotion. Expects results, freshness, new dynamics, and the crowd already imagines the turn, feels that something big is forming here. For Mourinho, it is about setting up a midfield with identity, control, and technique, something that could eventually lead to Zinchenko away, but at the same time can let out the coffers to bring gold in the form of new strikers. We look at behind the scenes and seem to see the movement happening in slow motion, each decision pushing to the next chapter of the saga. And here comes the last finish of this wave, the podcast with Lalker, Shearer, and Richards, talking about Gyökeres, new reinforcement, and the Premier coming. We feel that cold in the belly before the confrontation against United. Does it start at the attack or Højbjerg follows the line? Decisions that feed speculation, which stir in passion, that makes the fans hold on to the border between dream and the real pulse. They say he brings a presence, movement, scorer, but they also pondered. It is not enough for sovereignty. Liverpool is strong. Premier has traps. We hear these iconic voices, and this puts us back in the middle of the discussion. Top 4, title, promise. We have already vibrated with his goal against Athletic, but still need to fit everything into the board. The narrative follows tinning. Is this combination of pieces, Rodrigo in the wing, Evericki sewing, Gyökeres ready to burst, and perhaps even Zinchenko being used as currency? Is it enough to transform everything? The tie of tension and hope continues to jump on the fan's chest. And what about the next game, that Old Trafford that appears right there, like a mountain that needs to be climbing at the right pace? We look forward to, what if, and the voice in the head does not stop whispering possibilities. All of this keeps the gasoline lit, keeps the flame alive. And you, on the other side, are connected with this heat? Have you ever felt your chest throb with each rumor, every name, every movement taken? The feeling is about being about to explode, to want more, to be hungry for the next card. Declare, I'm Gunner. If you support the team in any situation, victory or defeat. With each revelation, with each news, with each rumor, all of this seems to push us into an explosive suspense. We want to know the next chapter, want the next news to arrive as thunder. The voice in your mind asks, will it be today? Will it happen now? It is that taste of want more, that shiver that only Arsenal can provoke in the fan who lives, that breathes, that goes to the end with the club. We feel the tension, the smell of Premier, the thirst for glory, and the desire to blow up the next news video as if it were a goal in the final minutes. I know you are there, with a fast heart, wondering what the next move will be. Who will move? Who will become a scene? And this search, this need to know everything, to feel the vibration of the ball rolling toward the net, is what keeps the spirit alive. The text follows and continues pulsating, and the outcome is for you to ask me when you're ready, because this story, my friend, is alive, is pulsating, and deserves to be told with emotion. Desire is at the tip of the tongue of the crowd. And this is where the blood starts to boil for real, because Arsenal is in a crossroads where each decision can change the whole season. Rodrigo's arrival would be more than a reinforcement. It would be a message for every Premier that the Gunners are ready to crush rivals and take the lead. Evericki, with his talent and history with the club, could be the missing piece to turn an attack already feared into something absolutely unstoppable. Gyökeres has already shown a goal and physical presence, and with Arta fitting every detail, this can become a goal, making machine that will make a lot of defense desperate. But here is the point. While the press bets, rivals doubt, and critics put brakes, we know that Arsenal is not a team to settle for almost. This cast, when you are at the right point, will run over without asking for permission. And if the board can make these movements in the window, the scenario changes immediately. Not just to dispute title is to fight to dominate. The rivals know, the fans feels, and we are on the verge of one of those turns that are marked in the club's history. Now, if you think you've heard enough, you're wrong. Every hour, new conversations, new contacts, new movements happen behind the scenes, and each can be the final piece of this gear. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And I'll tell you when this when will come. There will be noise in Emirates that will echo from London to Nairobi, from Manchester to Lagos. So if you want to be in the eye of the hurricane, following each confirmed rumor, every negotiation that advances and every contract signature that changes the game, you need to go to the special playlist here on the channel. There are all the latest news, controversies, transfers, and rumors of Arsenal, updated at the pace they happen, so you don't lose anything. Click on the playlist set in the comments or the final screen, and dive headlong into this universe that only those who are real Gunner understand. And if you trust that this season will be ours, write leaders soon, and let's together show that no one is content with less than the maximum glory